Okay, today we're going to take a look at the most common way to set up a tarpaulin with a ridge line, and we're going to take a look at the various knots that it takes to tension the tarp out properly. And then in future videos we'll look at more advanced setups and configurations to use in different environments. Okay, now we're going to look at tying our ridge line to the first tree. We're going to use the Evenk knot. I'm going to pass the working end around my hand once, bringing it underneath the ridge line, and you've got a loop there with your fingers, so grabbing the working end with that, pulling it tight, and that's an Evenk knot, which we can slip that knot to the tree. Further information about the Evenk knot can be found at NaturalBushcraft.co.uk if you need to learn how to tie that. And then on the other end of the tree we're going to use an adjustable knot to tension the ridge line. Okay, so now we're going to take a look at tying the other end of the ridge line. We're going to use an adjustable Corley hitch. This is our loose working end that we have here on the left, and we're passing it underneath the ridge line, and we're simply looping it round the ridge line. Pull that excess over, turn it again, just looping round the ridge line, pulling the excess over, and we're doing that probably 2 or 3, maybe 4 times. And then on the final loop round, we're not just passing it round the ridge line, we're passing it over both pieces of rope, creating that square there. Through that square we're going to pass the loose working end, and we will pull that tight, and that pinches on the ridge line. That coil of rope there will pinch the ridge line and stay in position, much like how a Prusik knot works. So the beauty of this knot is that it's adjustable, and we can tighten the knot by pinching the coil and moving it back and forth to loosen it. And with this loop, obviously that shows us its quick release, so simply pull to undo. Further information on this knot can be found at NaturalBushcraft.co.uk. Okay, so now we're going to take a look at tying a Prusik knot to tighten out the tarp along the ridge line. We use 2 Prusik knots, one either end of the ridge line. We can learn how to tie the Prusik knot on our website, and basically the Prusik knot works with a coil much like the adjustable Corley hitch, which when pressure is applied from either angle, the coil bites on the ridge line and keeps it in position. So when you've got a bit of loose end like this, you can pinch with your finger and slide the Prusik knot along, and when the tarp is fully tensioned, that Prusik knot just sits there and bites on the ridge line. So that's a brilliant way of tensioning out either ends of the tarp and making sure everything's taut. Okay, so now we've set up our ridge line and we've tensioned our tarp using those Prusik knots. With the height of your ridge line, obviously that's going to be dependent on whether you're sleeping on the floor or using a hammock. This is the rough height that we would use for using a hammock. In another video we'll show you how we would pitch it up if we were sleeping on the floor. But now we're going to take a look at pegging out our lines to tension the tarp further, down to the ground to pegs and to trees. Okay, so tensioning the rest of the tarp is a simple affair using trees that are around or pegs like this. We've learned how to make decent pegs in a past video, so there's no need to bring them with you. We can make them when we're out in the woods. And again, this is a perfect opportunity to use the adjustable Corley hitch to allow you to loosen or tension the knot, and at the other end we're just using again the Evenk knot to tie the cord to the tarp. And we can do this all the way around the tarp, making use of trees that are in good positions to use for that.